I think this conference, look, I think it's one of those things where it's important. It has to happen and it has to be taken seriously, but it also feels exactly the way you're talking about it. And where I really got that feeling was, I think it was over this past weekend, where there was like a prime speaking slot for Barack Obama. And Barack Obama, less than 3 years ago, was in Texas in a tuxedo at an event, I think it was at Rice University. And he said he was bragging, not non-ironically bragging, wanting credit for the record boom in fossil fuel production in the United States when he was president. He was saying to them, that was me, people. Like, you should, and I think he said, you should say thank you. So my point is like, so you can do that, and then you still get a prime speaking role at the International Climate Conference?
Yeah.
Like, there's something really, really messed up about that.
And then he had the audacity to kind of like tut other countries for not taking it seriously or not acting rapid enough. And it all just seems like a cynical, like legacy-saving maneuver. I mean, he's a prominent global political figure, so for the organizers, that's like a great get. But in reality, it's just, you know, pomp and circumstance. It means very little. I don't know how people could see that, and maybe they do. Maybe they don't give a shit. But I don't know how people can see that and think this is anything other than just like a cynical ploy.
Yeah, and I get the idea that when people come towards your cause, you should welcome them with open arms. But I also think the converse of that is also that if people come towards your cause without acknowledging how they created the problem, then it really does feel like a reputation washing exercise rather than something real. And that, to me, actually speaks to a larger problem in our culture, which is the memory holding of everything. That I was just saying this to a friend recently, like the collective memory of things like the Iraq War, the financial crisis. I mean, it's incredible. These giant events that shaped human history, that shaped a whole generation, they're gone. They've been memory hold. And a friend of mine said, yeah, dude, you know what else is gone? Like 500,000 people died of COVID, and even that's basically gone. And I am kind of obsessed with this idea that the consequence-free world of the elites, where they can do whatever they want and know they can reputation wash themselves at any time, mix that with a lack of collective public memory. And it really is a goldfish culture where the collective consciousness is forgetting its entire world every 15 minutes. And the problem with that is, how can you ever learn lessons from the past, even the recent past, like 15 minutes in the past, if you're just constantly stumbling around forgetting inconvenient truths in your past every 5 seconds?
The thing that really stuck out to me about this Obama speech, it was really stunning watching this. And because it wasn't just directed towards other countries, right? It was this very like paternalistic kind of lecture directed also towards young people. And about the cynical young people, and this idea of Obama saying, like, you know, I recognize people are cynical about politics. Young people are cynical about politics, but we just have to keep voting like your life depends on it. And also this admission, this tacit admission as well, where he's like, I recognize that young people have seen the adults of their generation not take this problem seriously enough, pretend it doesn't exist, and in some cases make things worse. And I'm just like, who are you talking about, sir,
Yeah.
Mr. President? Like, you were the president for 8 years.
If
only he had
only
It's
some
amazing.
power.
It's really amazing.
If only there had been somebody in the most powerful office in the land who understood the thing that former President Barack Obama was saying at this speech. I mean, it's just so cynical. It's like, because sometimes you can try to, well, maybe he hasn't really thought it through, or he hasn't, you know, it sort of comes off that way. Like, no, that guy is not a dumb guy. which makes the cynicism so nauseating, how deliberate and carefully sculpted that kind of cynicism is, right? Like, he definitely knows that he went to Texas to say, please give me credit for the oil and gas boom, and then less than 3 years later was at the climate event being like, don't get too cynical about, your leaders who haven't done what needs to be done. It's beyond words how bad it is.